The month of Ramadan is the most anticipated time for Muslims around the world, including those who are living far from home. Experiencing Ramadan in a foreign place creates lasting memories. This is also the case for one Indonesian diaspora, Adila Salsabila, who is currently observing fasting in Turkiye. Hello, Adila. I believe it's still around noon in Turkey, so good afternoon for you. Did I get the time zone right?
Yeah, actually, it's like 12:07 years, like earlier, like 4 hours here compared to Indonesia. So you're good, sir.
Well, okay then. Well, before we talk about Ramadan and fasting, I would like to know your daily routine there in Turkey. Are you studying or are you businessing? I mean, tell us more about your daily routine before we talk more about Ramadan and fasting.
Okay, so thank you for having me here. So actually, I got a scholarship in Turkey like 2, 3 years ago. So I'm currently pursuing my bachelor degree in one of the university in Mersin, Turkey. I'm studying psychology. Hopefully, I could graduate in the perfect time. So yeah, but actually, I'm also doing a lot of other things here, not just studying. It would be kind of like boring if you're just studying. So of course, as a student abroad, you gotta expand your network, go travel and do something, some work things, go volunteering, etc., etc. And that was like the things that I really enjoy here.
So this is not your first time fasting in Turkey, I believe. How different is fasting in Turkey compared in Indonesia? Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. Actually, like the atmosphere in Turkey is so much quieter compared to Indonesia. There's no loud parade, there's no loud sounds in Turkey. But, despite being a secular country, like people think Turkey is a Muslim country, but it's not. I mean, most of the people are Muslim, yes, but
Yes.
it's a very secular country. But when the Azan came, all other activities were stopped. Like the only service was still working is the public transportation, but everyone is just like running to the mosque for free iftar, or they just go to their nearby restaurant to get some chai, some tea, some coffee, and chit chat with their friends and families. And actually, there was a lot of like long communal tables for free iftar in the city squares where everyone. Uh, doesn't matter if you're fasting or not, you can just sit down there and then just eat together, chat with friends and families. But one thing that I really want to highlight is just like none of them go to the mosque after that. None of them were praying. It's not like none of them, but like rarely. It's just like maybe out of like 10 people, there were only like 3 or 4 people got to the mosque to uh, do their prayers daily routine. So they just fast, and then they just, okay, it doesn't matter if you pray, they just do the fasting and that's it. They don't, most of them don't actually pray.
Yes, you mentioned that Turkey is a secular country, but their major or Islam is it still their major religion in Turkey?
Yeah, it's a major religion. I mean, when you ask any Turkish person, I mean, whether they're in Turkey or whether you met a Turkish person abroad, I'm sure like 99%, 98% of them would say that, yeah, of course, I'm a Muslim. They would say that they're Muslims, but when you were like looking at them, they don't actually perform such Islamic
Okay.
duties. I mean, they don't pray. They don't, some of them, they just don't cover their heads and etc. And even like the boys, the men, the girls, all of them like smoking and drinking, etc. And actually, I kind of want to say that fasting in Ramadan is not like religious kind of thing. It's more like cultural. They regard Ramadan as a very much of a cultural thing because, as I said before, they regard this as like just a tradition kind of thing
Okay.
because they don't pray.
Yeah.
After they break their fast, they don't pray. And of course, I mean, let alone the Tarawih prayers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so when I was going to the Tarawih prayers in the mosque with my friends, most of the mosques were just empty. It's just like, woof, no one except us, the international students, are like, oh, we thought that Turkish people are like, very Muslim-ish, very Islam-ish, but like, no, none of them are praying. I mean, at least in my dormitory, in our
Yeah.
dormitory, is like the mosque is just full of international students. So yeah.
So can I guess that that's something you miss from Ramadan, the merry environment in Indonesia?
Yeah, 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 of course. It's like, when I was breaking my fast, I do it mostly alone, away from my family and friends. And as I say, it's a very cultural thing here. It's not like religious, and
Yeah.
it's not even a big thing in Turkey. It means like, okay, Ramadan came, okay, we're fasting, and that's it. They don't have like, okay, it's like there's no like familial kind of thing. We still have exams here. Actually, we still go to the classes, go to the gym, whatever. Everything is still going. There's nothing like very special. I mean, of course, there's some special
Okay.
occasions, but it's not that special compared to Indonesia. There is no, what is it like in Indonesia? There will be like, people
So
going around the street and then waking people up for sahur. Like there's nothing like that in Turkey here. So like everything is quiet. Like they just do the fasting thing and then that's it. Nothing else. It's like, okay, you wake up for sahur, you break your fast, and then yeah, there's not even like programs like Quran reading or like Ramadan challenges and stuff like that. Maybe just the minority of Turkish people, but the majority doesn't regard this as like religious thing. Oh, I have to fast, or I have to
yeah.
like celebrate Ramadan. No,
Okay.
yeah.
So can you, if you can summarize and describe to us your overall experience of fasting in Turkey, what it is like?
Well, because I have been spending 3 years in Turkey, I'm gonna say, well, it's fun. Of course, initially it would be like very lonely experience, very weird because I was so used to be surrounded with my family and with the loudness of my family and friends. But here it's just like everything is just quiet. So, I mean, by time I would be getting used to it, but actually, um, it was kind of fun, like exciting also because most nights here they have most of them they just arrange a music concert, and I go to music concerts, so it's like, oh, okay, it's like it's good to like so that I don't feel lonely. So thank you, Turkey. It's fun. It's fun. You just have to get used to it. Yeah.
Well, how about your friends or your colleagues? Are they helping you or understand your what you're doing?
Yeah, so fortunately, I'm staying with three other international students. So all my roommates are non-Turkish people, and so all of them are non-Muslims. So initially, they were like questioning. They were asking me a lot, like, why do you have to wake up at 3 a.m. to eat food? Like, why? Okay, and then but I explained to them, and because we're really good friends now, we're like best friends, so they just understand me. So whenever they want to eat something, they want to drink something, they just like, just cover their mouth, or they just go away and then eat or drink their food or drink, whatever. And actually, this is like one of the not tradition, but like something that they do that I really appreciate from them. It's just like whenever the azan came, the maghrib came, they would just stop all of their activities and they would just congratulate me for completing yet another day of Ramadan. Because it's really tiring. It's like it's hot here, like we're entering spring, so fasting and in this hot weather, and then we have exams, we have classes, etc. And then I have to fast, and then when the azan came, they were like they stop whatever they're doing, and they're just like, oh, they're like, congratulations, you finish another challenge in your life, and they're like, oh, my heart is touched. Really, they're so respectful. I mean, I think they are way more warm and respectful than the Turkish people, because the Turkish people in my class, a lot of them don't fast, okay? So like they just eat and drink freely in front of me, in front of everyone. They just like, even the boys, even the men, but none of us bother to ask, okay? But they just okay, there's a drink. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna eat baklava. I'm gonna eat kunaf. I'm gonna eat kebab, even if it's Ramadan. I don't care. Like, okay, okay, but like the international students, like even non-Muslim, they're so respectful. They know that I'm fasting, so they
Well,
just
that's
turn
great.
away. Like, wow, my heart is touched. Really.
Okay, Adila, unfortunately, we're limited by time. It's been great talking to you. Good luck on your studies, and Hopefully you manage to ace all of your scores. Thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you.
See you.